unboxing, couple shots to get it. Someone please let my weekend begin.
YouTube, Michael Albertson, also known as the Star Wars Daddy from eBay, 15 plus years selling vintage Kenner Star Wars items. Typically, I sell anywhere from 50 to 100 items every single week as I get collections in, and I piece sell them back out as I take the items that I need to upgrade what's in my own collection, and then I sell off everything else to try to just break even. I also take a lot of the items that I feel are gradable and send them off to the grading companies to get graded, and then either keep those in my collection as I'm upgrading or sell those off on Facebook as well as eBay. Many of my items that you will see on this channel are mostly purchased from eBay as well as Rogue 5 Toys on YouTube or the Action Figure Grader on YouTube as well. Those are a bunch of my friends that have their own YouTube channels, very popular, and have the best prices and the most amazing items that I've probably ever seen up for sale. That's where I spend most of my money and time. But anyways, what I've got for you today is I've got my very first shipment back from me sending my own items off to be graded. I've typically just already bought graded items that somebody else did all the work for, but this time I've done it myself. This will be the very first unboxing I've ever done, the first items I've ever received. I'm excited to see what we've got and to share that with you as I start to broaden this channel and the things that I feel like I maybe can offer YouTube. I appreciate you watching. And here's the collection. All right, well, let's do this. I've got, I think about 25 items or so that came into me. And we'll just start from the top and see what we've got. I'm expecting everything to match up with what CAS had on the online system when you log in to see submissions. But let's go ahead and see all the different items I have. There's going to be a lot of last 17s and some little Eddies and all those good things. Well, we're going to start with a pretty nice item actually up front. It is the Poncho Leia Little Letty 85 Plus. It's a beautiful figure. I purchased this on eBay from a seller that I've purchased many items from, and I mean 85 Plus is amazing. 88.6 is the actual results on that one. Next one, I sent in my Dianoga monster. This guy got a 90.4 from my play set, which is just up here above me. And so that'll look really nice with that. This is a Hoth Luke, and it is the no COO version. It's got an 85 plus. They smeared the 85 plus on the label. Perfect. 88.7 is the total. I'm not sure if you can see the smeared label, but it definitely got a fingerprint right across it. All right, strike one. Next is a no COO Little Letty Gamorrean Guard Pig with an 80. It's an 82.1. These ones are always hard to get good grades on them. The horns are always have paint loss, especially the sandals seem to always have a lot of paint loss as well. But this is a beautiful figure. It looks nice. It'll go good in my collection. That one is staying in my collection for sure. Right behind me, I've got, actually up in here, I probably have, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I think I sent another one off to CAS, so I have 3 more loose ones that are up here. They're just going to be in the collection. I've got a Jabba the Hutt playset that's right up here that I slam all those guys in there. And I got a Little Letty, it's a Little Letty Jabba the Hutt playset, as well as a Little Letty Rancor that's right up here. You can only see part of it. And speaking of Little Lettys, we got another one. It's the Yoda with the brown snake. This is with the this is the Retorno version, which I believe is the orange eyes. It's hard to see, but it's the orange eye version, and it got a 75 plus. I was a little bummed about that. I did not see any paint wear anywhere on this guy. He was in such good condition, so there must have been something on there that I didn't notice. But listen, I mean, this is an incredible figure, and this is staying in my collection as well. And this is a Warwick at a 85 plus. You got an 88.6. This has been in my collection for quite a long time, just loose. Up in my loose figure collection I've got up here. But listen, the 85 plus is awesome for Warwick. He usually has the torso fading, but this guy is just mint as can be. He was awesome. Oh, here's another incredible item, last 17. This is the R2-D2 with the pop-up lightsaber. 80 plus here. And, I mean, he's in pretty nice condition. A little bit of yellowing to the sticker. But for the most part, I mean, he's in pretty nice shape. I'm pretty happy about getting an 80 plus for him. He's always a tough one to get. All the R2s are with their stickers and the wear and tear that they have. And then I have a Rancor Keeper, and it is the Little Letty version. And he got an 80 with an 81.9 total score. But another beautiful figure. Again, I didn't see any marks, or I guess there's a little paint rub here on the back of the left arm. And I mean, that's about it. This guy is just, he's in incredible condition. And let's see here. All right. This is a double telescoping Luke. It is the saber with the A hilt. And it's an 80 with an 80.3. And there he is. It's kind of hard to see the saber, but the double telescoping saber is there. I got this figure off of a trusted seller on a Facebook group. I think he was on the ICC is where I purchased this, and seller got it to me really quick, and immediately I sent it in with all the rest of these to be graded. We weren't sure how long that filament was on the inside of the saber, but I guess at 80 means it was mostly all there. Pretty happy about that one. So this one is a Palatoy No COO Tusken Raider 85 CAS. When I initially sent this in, I sent all these in June. There actually was an issue with them saying that this was the wrong accessory that I sent with it. I can't remember what factory it was supposed to have been from, but after some debate with CAS, they actually agreed that this was the correct accessory that I had originally sent in. And so we were able to get that to go away, and they graded it. I mean, 85, it's an 87.2 total, but the No COO Palatoy, the beautiful Tusken Raider. It's going to look nice next to my Hollow Cheeks Tusken Raider, which is somewhere in here. I have no idea. All right, another baggie here. And we've got this is supposed to be a Taiwan Chewbacca. And they have put the label from the double telescoping Luke Skywalker for the Chewbacca. So it's a double telescoping Chewbacca, also known as Luke Skywalker. So that is a mistake by CAS, and I'm going to have to contact them to get the correct sticker in there. And I know I double checked all the labels. CAS, when you send in a submission, when they grade them, you can go ahead and review to make sure that everything is correct that you see on the label. And the label was correct as a Taiwan Chewbacca, and I believe it was an 80 as well. So maybe they just got confused with the same grade, but they slapped on the same sticker on both of these. So strike two. Strike two. I will put that one aside. That one was going to be for sale. That's not staying in my collection. I already have a Taiwan Chewbacca up here in my collection. This is an awesome item. This is a Glass Leet C-3PO, and I remember I bought this from eBay. It was from a guy's collection, his father's collection. His father had passed. He had a bunch of incredible items that he was selling, and I think I made a pretty fair offer on this one before people started bidding on it to snag it. And I still paid a chunk of money for it, but it got a 70 plus, which was a 73.9, which, listen, I would love to get a 75 plus or higher in most of my collection, but to get a Glass Leet C-3PO, C-3POs are so tough to grade. I am pleased and happy to have this in my collection. And I bought many items from this eBay seller from his dad's collection, and every single one of them has stayed in my collection. I've not resold any of them. He had incredible items, and they all look amazing in my collection. So I'm going to stick to that with that guy's items. This is the Jedi Luke Skywalker with the molded face, green saber, snap cape, Taiwan 82.1 for an overall 80 grade. And there it is. And let's see if I can get that molded face in there. Look at that guy. This is actually as far as I know, is the first molded face Luke Skywalker that I ever got. I might have had him in the very beginning. Again, like I said, I've been at this for 15 years selling and all these items. I'm not positive. If I ever got one before, I probably wouldn't even have recognized it or knew that it was some sort of a variant. I probably just sold it, and who knows. But this one I recognized when I got it, and I don't think I had all the accessories. I had to hunt down all the correct accessories for it and then send it off. But this is awesome, and I have the Snapcape Blue Saber over here in my collection. This will go next to it. And I think I sold off, I had a no COO green saber that I sold off, I think last month, to recoup all of my spending. Here is a last 17. It's your Lando Calrissian General Pilot, 85 plus, 88.6. That is a beaut, Clark. Look at that guy. I mean, just incredible. I like how they tuck in his cape too. Oh, his cape's coming through right between his legs. He must be embarrassed about something, just like a dog with its tail. But that's a great figure staying in my collection. This one is incredible. This is your Imperial Stormtrooper outfit, Luke Skywalker. I've had this in my collection for an extremely long time. And this was my favorite figure as a kid. I wish I still had my original one. It was so worn out and it had been yellowed. But this was my favorite figure growing up that I played with. 86.9 for an overall 85. No yellowing. No, there's a little, maybe the slightest fading to the limbs compared to the torso. It's hard to see with the lighting I have in here. But this is just an amazing piece. I'm getting the reflection from there we go. I'll move it over here. That kind of gets rid of the camera angle. But this guy is beautiful. That is definitely going back into my collection. All right, more. This I got from the Facebook group. There's a Little Letty Facebook group that I purchased this from. It's a Darth Vader Mexican bootleg, semi-articulated with still the saber popping out of his arm. I don't think the saber goes back in. I think it's just part of the mold that it comes out. Got an 85 with an 86.9. And there he is. You can see that saber is just like a part of the mold. It's not separate. But incredible. It comes with the cape, everything. This was complete. What a beautiful figure. And I've got a bunch of Darth Vaders. I've got like 6 or 7 Darth Vaders up there right now. And this is going to look awesome with those. Wait, it was labeled? Yeah, I should read all these labels now that I know that Chewbacca is a double telescoping Chewbacca. Should probably pay pretty close attention to all these, huh? Here we go. So I had an issue with this one too. It is the Little Letty Lando with the teeth. And I think it's the raised bar China, right? Yeah, raised bar China. So when I got this from the Little Letty Facebook group from a well-known Letty seller. And when I first got it, I looked at it and I was able to run my finger across it and hear that zipper sound. I was like, man, this sure looks like a Kenner cape. And I compared it to other loose Landos that I had in here. But I go, listen, this guy's the expert. I'm not going to not trust him. So when I sent it off for grading, they came back and said, hey, the cape is a Kenner cape. It's not Little Letty. And so the second they said that, I go, yeah, you know what? I thought that was the case. Reached out, and this is probably 8 months after I purchased it from the Facebook group. The TSLSS, I believe, is what the initials are for it. The person that I had bought it from, I showed him the picture of me claiming the item and our conversations back and forth when it happened. He immediately sent me out another Letty cape. He even offered to send it straight to CAS for me if I would, send him the packing slip or whatever else. I said, no, send it to me. He got it to me within like 10 days. I shipped it right back up to CAS. And they said, yep, this is a Little Letty cape. They added it to this, but 80 plus, 83.7. but yeah, great experience, even though there was a little hiccup. But my guy, he took care of me, for sure. All right, now here's the other little Letty Yoda. Now this one, so what was that? The Retorno? The Retorno got a 75 plus. So here's that Retorno 75 plus. And then here is the, this is with the Pac-Man eyes, the Regresso Little Letty Yoda. And this got an 85, an 86.9 for this guy. So when you put these guys together, you got the orange eyes and you've got the Pac-Man eyes. But I got both Little Letty versions next to each other. I just wish that other one had gotten at least an 80, but again, who knows? They must have found something that I didn't see and graded accordingly. This is probably the highest grade. It's almost a perfect 100. This is the 2000s Oritet Russian bootleg for the, Power of the Force 2 Bosk. It's a 95 plus, 98.5. Almost got 100. This thing is, there's no marks, anything on this, no fading. This thing is just in mint condition, absolutely. But that'll look nice next to all my Bosk collection. Speaking of which, while we're on the Bosk, the very first item I actually got, they sent me early from this collection, and it is the Toxic Limbs Bosk. You can see that kind of neon green paint for the limbs. There was an issue with the label. They wanted to keep labeling it a PBP, which the Toxic Limb Bosk is a POC figure, which is the Spanish factory before PBP bought them out, and before PBP started scarring all the legs, which you'll see on a lot of those figures. This has the normal Hong Kong imported parts, but I got a 75 on this Toxic Limbs Bosk. This one I got from the ICC Facebook group. Cost me a fortune, honestly, but so happy to get a 75. This guy is beautiful. And it goes next to the PBP Bosk, which has the big thick lips, which I have at 80 that I purchased on eBay. But that says the big thick lips. You can see his lips there are just really thick. And then on the back of his leg, the COO is actually, I'm not sure if you can see it, but the COO actually has been kind of scarred out where it would have said Hong Kong. And so I got the POC, the PBP, the Russian Oritet bootleg, and I've got a no COO version over here, as well as a regular Hong Kong. So my Bosk collection is coming along pretty good. Let's see here. Oh my gosh. Well, there's only one in here? Okay. One in this bag. Okay, this is the PBP YPS Hoth Stormtrooper with that G.I. Joe rifle. I got this also from the guy's collection whose dad has passed, and he was trying to pass on that collection to collectors that would appreciate it. And I think I made an offer on this one as well that was a reasonable offer. He accepted, and we've got an 80.4. You can see that G.I. Joe gun there that goes with it. This came with that German comic book. I just bid on, there was two of them that just came available on eBay. With the graded with the comic there, the figures in front, the comics in the back, and one of them was sold in Europe. I want to say it went for like $340. I was like, well, there's one in America. I'll bid on that one. And it's the exact same grade, exact same setup, and the one in America sold for twice the amount that the one in in Europe did. So I'm bummed that I didn't pull the trigger on the one in Europe and just wait for the shipping to take a couple of weeks to get to me, because I would like to sell this one and get the one with the comic instead. But we'll see. I'll have to wait for that one. But it's a beautiful piece. And here is your last 17, Luke Skywalker with Battle Poncho. This is an 85, 87.1. Pretty typical figure. I've been sitting in my collection for quite a long time. I picked him up in somebody's collection, and I kept him as I was trying to build out my collection. And he's been sitting there for quite a while. There's just a tiny little rub on his hand, and I can't see anything else that's wrong with this guy. It's a beautiful figure. All right. Oh, EV99 has been sitting in my collection for, again, a long time as well. I picked them up off somebody's collection. I probably had, I don't know, 20 EV99s that I've continued to upgrade and move up and then sell the old ones and whatnot over the life of this 15 years. Some of them are always, I've had some that are missing an arm. You know, the arms always fall off. And then I think I had a collection of arms at one point, and I always had the wrong arm for a figure that was missing the other arm. So this figure has definitely been a battle for reselling. But this guy got an 86.9 with an 85. Again, EV99, awesome. I think that's a girl too, right? Don't they say that EV99 is a female? I mean, it's a robot. I'm not sure. Not sure to call it a he or she, but it is a robot. Another little Eddie. This is your B-Wing pilot, and it got an 80 and 82.1. There he is. Looks pretty nice. Tough one to get a higher grade on. These little Eddie B-Wing figures, they have a torso darkening that takes place, lots of paint wear that happens on the hands and on the back of the helmet of the figure, as well as on the back of that chest backpack plate thing that goes over them. This is a tough one to get a pretty good grade, but I'll take an 80 all day with that figure. Last one. Last one's here. Let's see what we got. Oh, well, we'll end with the nicest item probably. We got an A-Wing Pilot 85. Again, another item I picked up off somebody's collection and just kept upgrading. And it's the correct weapon. There's two versions of this solid black pilot blaster, and this is the correct version for the A-Wing Pilot. And 85 is 86.9 overall. Great figure. And last but definitely not least is a Red Bar R5D4. It's a 70 plus, but I knew when I had this it was not going to get the highest grade. I just wanted to make sure it was validated, that it was legit, hoping for something that was a 70 or above. A 70 plus I'll take all day. There is some paint wear that's just on the back there. You can see that and there's some yellowing to the sticker. But there is that awesome red. Wait, where is it? Oh, wrong side. There's that Red Bar. Red Bar is there. And I have the 1977 version, 1978 version up here that are pretty much in mint condition, and I'll probably be setting off to get graded. And I've got both versions already graded up over here in my collection as well. So I'm just going to add this to the two that I already have. And then I think I have a no COO in there too. So there could be a no COO. I don't know. I've got so many figures now that I lose track. I've got a spreadsheet, but I don't have that sitting in front of me to know. And then especially with all the items I've sent off to CAS, once I sent these off in June, I kind of just went crazy and started taking every loose figure that I had that was in my collection and sent that off to anything I thought that was gradable, sent off to CAS. And so I've got about 135 items that are sitting with CAS right now that I'll be waiting for after I get all these. And I'm just, like I said, I'm going to keep making videos, and hopefully you guys find it interesting. And I don't think I've seen any videos on YouTube of the actual process of the business side of things, as far as purchasing collections, working through them, cleaning items, matching the correct accessories up with figures, making sure that they're legit, and then going in the process of posting those things on eBay or on Facebook groups, and kind of the background things. I thought people might find it interesting, especially if you're thinking about doing some, those kind of things. There's lots of people that are on Facebook groups as well as eBay that do those types of sales. And so I figure that's my niche, and maybe I can help inspire somebody or give some information that could help some people. And that's what I plan on doing. But other than that, I think a pretty successful first CAS and grading experience overall. We got to fix the Chewbacca. And I think that is it. Everything else looked like it was all correct. And I'm going to put all these up in my collection. And I'll probably have some videos about my collection and what's in it. And we'll go from there. All right. Talk to you later, YouTube.